Hello, everybody. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our today Q&A. Today, I have for you a special guest, and our guest is the project manager at Women in Digital Business, and I will let him introduce himself. Welcome, Mr. Caro Maria Delu. Please introduce yourself to my beautiful 16 women and tell them what you have for them.
Hello, everybody. Hello, and good to be here. And first of all, I would like to thank you, Jane, for inviting me. This is a great opportunity to be in touch with some of the women entrepreneurs that are part of the Women in Digital Business Initiative, as well as I know we have some trainers also in the room. I'll introduce myself very quickly, and then I know that Jane has some questions lined up that I am very, very looking forward to discuss. So my name is Carlo Delu, or Carlo Maria Delu, my full name, as Jane said. I am from Italy, just so you know, and I manage the Women in Digital Business Initiative. This is a project that is the result of the partnership of three organizations. The International Training Center of the ILO, that's where I work, that's where I'm based, in Turin, Italy. The International Labour Organization, which is a UN agency headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, but with offices all over the world, including Nairobi, Kenya, and Microsoft. I think you all know who Microsoft is. They probably run the computer that you're watching this from. So Microsoft Philanthropies is the philanthropic arm, of course, of Microsoft, and they've been so kind as to support us with this initiative. So very happy to be here and answer some of the questions you might have on the program.
Yeah, so my beautiful ladies sent me a few questions. I told them you're going to come live and you can answer them. And I would also love to tell them if you have any question, make sure you put them in the chat. And they're delighted to have you. I can see them in the chat. Can you see them in the chat? They are there engaging. They're very amazing. So let's get to the questions. So Mr. Washira is asking, why is your program focused on women alone? Is there a plan for us? Is there a plan for men?
That's a. Can I go, Jane?
Please do.
Can you pick that up? All right. Well, first of all, thanks, Mr. Washira, for asking that question. I think it's a very interesting one. So, why are we focusing on women entrepreneurs and not on men, and not on anyone and everyone without limitations on sex or gender? This comes from really the reason why we launched this program to start with. So it started out when we launched a partnership between ILO, ITCLO, and Microsoft. This was at the end of 2021. We decided that we wanted to serve a group that is usually having a hard time in developing their own business. We all know that there's data to back it up globally, women entrepreneurs are struggling much more than men entrepreneurs. And what we saw in our research, this was throughout 2022, we designed the program, we saw that it's very hard for women entrepreneurs to identify themselves with some of the materials that exist on digitalization. There's a lot of material on digitalization that is very advanced and that is targeting, it's usually what happens is that the default with these trainings is men. So we wanted to design something that speaks to women, that is developed for women, that is delivered by women. We have Jane here with us. She's a great example of how that works. We have, of course, a team of trainers that is both men and women, but the ultimate target group is women entrepreneurs, because that's really the ethos that brought us here. Now, there's two caveats to this. Our trainers can be men or women. We have the group of trainers that we have, if we look at statistics, it's about 70% women trainers and 30% men trainers, and it's accessible to men. Now, when it comes to the training of entrepreneurs, it's focused on women, but we have cases, we have about a 1% public composed of men who can join. What happens usually is that you would have women entrepreneurs that maybe are not very familiar with digital tools, and they bring their children with them. And the children are boys, they come with them and they help them, and they get their certificate as well. So it is possible. It's not the primary target group, but if you have a man if you're a woman entrepreneur and you have your son, or you have your partner, or you have a man who wants to join the program, it is possible. But we need to keep in mind that the main target is indeed women entrepreneurs. That doesn't mean that the ILO and the ITC-ILO do not have programs that are more open and that are also available to men. And I'd be happy to give you some lines of what those programs are, which are accessible and are available to you as well.
Okay, that's incredible. I have been teaching women for 7 years. I've been working with women and teaching them for 7 years on digital things. And it's so interesting, the approach I take with women and that I take with men. So you find the way you teach, the teaching techniques you use on women are very different from men, because women tend to even attend the classes with the children. They tend to attend the classes with even the children. Like my classes, they tell me they listen when they are cooking, when they are attending to their children in the evening. And it's okay. I don't even know what I'm saying, but the approach for women is quite different. Also, when I have been dealing with women, you realize women struggle more when it comes to funding their business, to even getting access to education. Like when they want me to train them on digital marketing or to design for them a website, you find that majority can't afford, but a lot of men, themselves, they can afford. So you find there is a challenge. So when I'm here and I'm funded and I can be able to afford the tools and train them, I feel so honored to do that. And thank you for making it possible.
No, and I think, Jane, you're bringing up a great point. The logic behind and the reason why we have women in digital business is that we want to create a safe space for women to be able to express their opinions, to be able to ask their questions. And this, we know that in many cases, when you have a mixed group, and I've seen this based on my experience, when you have a mixed group, women entrepreneurs or women will tend to stay on because of how things are, they will tend to stay a bit in the background. So we wanted to create a program where we can have women entrepreneurs front and center, able to be empowered and be able to get the skills they need to grow their business. So yeah, that's what it is, and we're very happy that this is the direction we've taken.
Yeah. And thank you so much again for offering that. I wish we had more time. I would give you so many stories about women, but there is that part we will talk about internet safety. And I don't know, I would love to include at least one of your women in the team to come and discuss it. And I will explain some of the challenges that women go through on the internet, some of the challenges I have gone through as a woman entrepreneur teaching on the internet. And they are some are very horrible stories and experiences from men that I have gone through in the hands of men. And I had to do away with men. My whole career I have worked with only 7 men. Actually, I got the 8th one today in the morning. And I have like 300 invoices, all from women. So yeah, I will. Yeah, that is in future. What is the long-term plan for women in digital business as an organization? Elegant Eva is asking that question.
Thank you so much, Elegant. Yeah, no, I see it on the screen. Thank you very much, Elegant Eva, for that question. What's the long-term plan? So, as you know, Women in Digital Business is an initiative that is driven by 3 organizations, basically, ITC-ILO, ILO, Microsoft. It starts as a pilot. So we have managed to secure the support of Microsoft and the financial support to run this until the end of next year. This doesn't mean that the initiative will end at the end of next year. So we are starting to look around ourselves to find other partners that can help us drive this program even further in the long term. We actually have next week, I'll have a few meetings lined up to speak to potential partners that can help us bring this further. And the idea is that we want this program, Women in Digital Business, to become something that is available, for the next 10, 20 years, and it keeps evolving. And being able to develop, and the reason why we decided to develop a network of lead trainers, just like you, Jane, is that we want to have people in the countries, women trainers, men trainers in the countries that are able to mainstream this offer, this training program into what they do on a day-to-day basis. We have now 280 trainers that have been certified by us. So we want them to be able to keep doing this on their own with our support in the long term. And we are there then in the background to empower these trainers to offer the training program to their target groups, whatever those may be.
Okay, and I will be one of those lead trainers. For me, I'm in for it the long term. I'm for this long term. You know, I tell women entrepreneurs, being affiliated with women in digital business, having to talk about this is an initiative that has been supported by Microsoft, ILO, and International Training Center. When I speak like that, when I say that, everybody wants to listen to me. So it kind of has helped me so much in building authority in my niche, and people are like, I'll listen to Jane. Yeah, so I'm taken more seriously, and I believe it will help me grow my program more. Because like when you funded me, allow me to show people the website, the tools I bought when you funded me. So when you funded me, I was able to buy an LMS. I already had the website, but the LMS that I had was an LMS whereby I can only put myself, my own courses, but now the learning management tool that I have, even other trainers can come and train. So you find that even if they might, you see, like some trainers, they don't have money to buy laptops. So they might take that funding to buy a laptop to facilitate their trainings. So me, I took advantage and I bought a lifetime learning management system that I will be using to run my courses and to help other trainers to come here and train. And you can see I have courses that I sell. I have this course that is coming soon for web design, because a lot of women who are taking the course are asking me, where is the web design training? And you look, the course is well structured and everything is super amazing. I can do videos, I can give them PDF. So this is what personally I have chosen to do to keep the spirit of women in digital business, to continue passing it to many people, to as many people as possible. That's what I have chosen, because you see now they will be coming and accessing training. And you see, I have free ones and I have paid ones, and I have mastered the art of selling online courses, because like you can see, I have 3 and 2 are free, and this one is the one I'm making money with, even though it has not started earning money because I'm not marketing it. But when you look at this one where I'm teaching web design, I have partnered with a web hosting company that will be paying me $100 every person who buy the hosting. So when I make it free and I get like 1,000 people or 100 people a month to come and do it, and I just get even 10 people to buy the hosting, you see, I will make $1,000 extra, and I will make so many women entrepreneurs learn how to do their web design. And this one, just I offer it for free as a gift. You know, so many people are struggling to run a business because they don't know one simple thing, and that is marketing themselves. And I'm grateful, Carlo, for this opportunity. So that's the way I see it as a long term. That's my view.
No, and it looks incredible. Huh? So congratulations on building such a great platform. Huh? It looks very impressive.
Thank you. And you know what? I can monetize it by asking people to come and train and get paid and take 30%, and they keep 70. You know, it's and you have facilitated it because it's going to be sustainable in the long run. So Jay Mutai is asking, do they partner or rather consider partnering with financial institutions who offer financial solutions to women entrepreneurs? Carlo,
Thanks.
another
Thanks.
question for you.
No, this is another very good one, and I see that these are all questions. Some of these questions that we're seeing now are actually questions that we are thinking of ourselves, even within our internal discussions. And I know that we are a training program, we're a training initiative first and foremost, but we understand that you complete the Women in Digital Business training, you have an action plan, but to be able to implement that action plan, to be able to actually act on the decisions you've made during the training, you need money. And I understand, and this is a problem. This is a question that we keep asking ourselves: how do we support women entrepreneurs in going the next step after they've completed the training? We don't have an answer yet. What we are starting to do, and Jane, I can anticipate to you, we're probably going to come your way in Kenya at one point this year. So stay tuned for that. The idea is to start thinking of how we can develop local partnerships. Of course, we're not able to develop a global partnership on financial access to finance worldwide. So we need to act locally. We need to see in Kenya, how can we work with banks and microfinance institutions to help and support access to finance for the women entrepreneurs that complete the training. This is something that we're starting to work on. So I'd say for now, and Kenya, as you might know, is the biggest country for women in digital business. So it's really going to be our testing ground for a series of new things. We have a partnership with Airband, which is an organization that provides internet access in community schools. We have launched that for the trainings. We are going to look at a few things, and Jane, I think at the end of the year we'll probably be in Kenya, myself, Alessandro, and the team. So this is something that we are thinking of and we're designing. So we'll be in touch with you to make sure that we meet and we discuss a few of these things. So this is to come. There's a lot. The program is evolving. The initiative is evolving. There's a lot going on. So I think stay tuned for that. I'm sure we'll have more ideas and more info for you in the near future or medium term, let's call it.
Okay, that's incredible. And talking about financial solutions and whatever, my small sister, she is 25. She started her business when she was 20. Her husband gave her $200 to start a small business, and she will be joining this program as a trainer. And she told me, let me tell you, Njambi. Let me tell you, Njambi, listen to me properly. I am going to teach these women how to do record keeping, because if there is anything that irritates me, starting with our mom, it's failing to keep records for your business.
And this is another very relevant point. We have just started developing a program under the WIDD Learn package, so the advanced package, which is going to be digital record keeping. So that will become available after the summer where I'm sitting. So let's say in the next 3 months, there will be that, along with another module on staying safe online. So I think two things that you mentioned are actually coming to the Women in Digital Business initiative in the near future as well. So a series of new things that are being developed.
That's amazing, because there is this class I was teaching these my beautiful women on YouTube, and I asked them, do you have a balance sheet? Do you have invoices? Do you have petty cash? And they were like, no. So as much as we talk about these financial solutions, record keeping, balance sheet, all these things, please make sure you include. And I have so many polls I have run in the WhatsApp group. I was showing them to you, right? And they tell me so much. My women educate me so much. I have the most amazing women on earth. If I have to praise them, we will never end this thing we are doing. So Diana is asking, is there any correlation between digital skills, AI, and IT?
All right. I think it's that's so many incredible questions. So I saw the full question earlier. So is there a correlation between AI, digital skills, IT? I think, and then basically how do they link together? This is a very this is a very interesting reflection, which we actually had when we designed the program. And I should say, we actually designed the program based on two things. We reached out to our existing network of trainers to understand what are the gaps that women entrepreneurs have when it comes to digital skills. And then we used LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, the social network on the world of work. It is owned by Microsoft, and as we have this partnership with them, they gave us access to a tool that is called the Skills Genome. This is basically research that LinkedIn does in countries to understand exactly what are the most demanded skills to be able to enter the job market as an entrepreneur or as a, of course, as a staff member or an employee. And what we saw, and the reason why we designed the program the way we did, is that we saw that digital skills are not, in our case, when we designed the program, we didn't think digital skills were something that women entrepreneurs needed to know just because, but they are something that can help bring the business to the next level. We're not looking, and that's the important point about this program, we're not looking to train the next group of digital professionals, but we're saying, you have a business, whatever that may be. It might be a traditional business, and we've seen so many different types of businesses. I was actually out in Morocco 2 weeks ago, and I met some of the women entrepreneurs there. And they were saying, look, we have very simple businesses. We have catering businesses, where we cook cakes and things like that to bring to events and functions. Very traditional businesses, but they still benefit from digital because it makes you visible online. It makes you capable of accessing new markets. So you don't need to be in IT to benefit from digital skills. So our program is not about becoming a developer. It's not about becoming an IT professional, but it's about how do I take digital tools and use them to bring my business to the next level. AI is another big item, of course, in that list. And I think we have seen the AI revolution, even just in the past year, has changed completely the way we do business. And again, Jane, this is another big point. We have 2 new products coming on the Women in Digital Business platform. We have an AI toolbox for trainers, which will become available to you. And this is developed by Microsoft, made available to women in digital business trainers. So that helps you as a trainer use AI to become more productive. And I know, Jane, you're already very, very productive, but you can even step it up more with these tools. That's one thing. And that will become available, I would say, in the next 2 weeks for trainers. For women entrepreneurs, we are developing another program that is specific to women entrepreneurs. And it's for women entrepreneurs. How do I use AI to boost my business even more? So I have completed the WIDB Start program, and I want to do more, and I want to use AI to go the extra step. We will have another program that helps you do that. So I think the interconnection of all of this and the way we look at digital skills, AI, and information technology in general is, how do we take what's essential? These programs are not advanced. These programs are taking what is essential in these areas and making it accessible to women entrepreneurs in all countries at all levels, so that they can use that to boost what their business is already doing.
Okay, so can I add on something? Is there a correlation between digital digital skills, AI, and IT? Well, IT, let's leave that out because I'm not an IT person, but AI, I use that as a woman entrepreneur. How do I use it? I specialize in learning platforms. I work with lecturers, coaches, and teachers. So we usually come up with a course outline that they have created and a course outline that is in my mind when I look at their product as a client. So I come with the things that I want to learn. And then we ask the AI, mostly ChatGPT, to help us come up with a course outline. So that is how I connect my digital skills with AI. The other way I have been connecting my digital skills with AI is to look for customers online. So I get a lot of customers using Google Maps. So instead of going on Google Maps manually and looking for swimming pool businesses in Italy. So I go to swimming pool businesses in Italy, then they will come up, and then I'll go looking manually for the one that have websites or the one that have websites that I can revamp. So I have this AI tool that I use, and I tell it to give me all the businesses in Google Maps that don't have a website and belong to this niche, and it will pull for me a whole report and it will give me. So that is how I use AI. That is how I have been using AI for the last 2 years to benefit my small business as a woman entrepreneur. So Diana, that's just sorry for that. Sorry. That's that's me. Alessandro, what do you Carlo, I'm used to Alessandro a lot. Carlo, what do you think?
No, I think it's a great example. No, I think we see you have a bit two hats. No, you are a trainer, but you're also a woman entrepreneur yourself, which is actually what happens for many of our trainers in the network. The majority of our trainers, some of them they're affiliated to institutions, but the majority are actually entrepreneurs themselves, and 70% are women, so many women entrepreneurs. And I think your example is key here. So you're saying, you need to know your product, of course, and you do know your product, you know your stuff, you know your training, and we believe that the women entrepreneurs that we work with and that you'll be working with, they will already know their business.
Yes.
So product knowledge, we expect it to be there, and there are other tools that can be used to develop that. And then digital skills for productivity, being able, as you said, being able to access your clients online, being able to build a simple website, or being able to create a WhatsApp. It can be simple stuff. It can be, I create a WhatsApp group that where I can just post the new products that I'm coming out with. And then AI for content development, we've seen that becoming more and more important. In your case, you're saying I'm using it to develop my course outlines. A woman entrepreneur might use it to develop her marketing materials, and make sure that she uses that to even, as you know, in the Women in Digital Business program, we have tasks that women entrepreneurs have to complete to build up their action plan. Many of those things AI can help you do. So you need to write the copy for your website. AI is becoming better and better at doing that, and it's improving as we speak. So I think it's really interconnecting and finding creative solutions using those digital tools to be able to do more in the time you have with the resources you have.
Absolutely. So let's go to this other question. It's other than product knowledge, in this case, digital skills, what are other skills that can boost deliverability or attainment of the set targets?
So I think the skills that you see in our program, I think that's basically what it is. Now in our program, we say in Women in Digital Business Start, which is our key program, we have, or actually let's start from the beginning. So we have a program that is called WADP Basics. That's really for somebody who has never used a computer, never used a smartphone. There are still people like that in the world, and that's really the very basic things. Now, I guess, Jane, we're probably more or less the same generation. We were born with computers. Since we were little, we started using computers. There are older people who do not have that, or who are not able to use those tools. So the WADP Basics is really about what is a computer? How do I open a folder? How do I write a simple document? And that's really the very baseline stuff that we want to support. And we have new methodologies coming out to help trainers with that. Then the Start program is a bit more, right? It's, okay, I have a business. I am more or less successful with it. I know how to use a computer, or I know how to use a phone. I know how to use a phone because I have my smartphone and I use it to communicate with and thanks for pulling up the website. So you see the WADP Basics is really, how do I use a computer? Then WADP Start, maybe I have a phone, I use it for personal stuff, and I need to think of how do I use that, a phone, a laptop, etc., to go the extra step, to create, basically reach out to my audience. And we see here we have a blowhorn as a way to just communicate as loudly as possible about the wonderful things you do. So it's WADB Start, the skills there that help you boost your, is really to boost your visibility, is really to, first of all, put yourself on the map. And it can be something as easy as just putting yourself on Google Maps.
Yes.
It's then building up a storefront, whether that is on Instagram, whether that is on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on a website, even if you want to be more advanced. And then we go the extra step, which is selling online.
Yes.
We know that this is very much country dependent. Each country has their own online marketplaces that you use. I don't know if in Kenya you use Joomla or you use other websites. They depend very much on the country, but it's really about how do I sell there, but then also how do I protect myself, make sure that I get payments, make sure that I ship if I'm selling a product, I ship it only after the payment has been received by the payment provider. So it's really also about protecting yourself. And then the WADB Learn program, that's what if I want to do even more? What if I want to even build up and scale up even more? And that's where you go more specific. Now WADB Learn, and you see you have the arrows pointing up to help you grow. And here it's really about the requested areas of business digitalization. We have two programs, digital marketing and social media marketing, that are more advanced. How do you really set up a messaging when it comes to your marketing strategy? How are you strategic about marketing? Not just posting on Instagram randomly, but have an editorial plan that helps you basically send out messages when it's more convenient and become more successful. We will have the new course on AI. We will have a course on cybersecurity. And Jane, you were mentioning some of the challenges that you might face as a woman entrepreneur who is exposing herself on the internet. So we will have a program to help you stay safe while you're working online. And we will have a program on digital bookkeeping. And the idea is that as you, and we're also looking, and this is in design phase, looking at a program on fundamentals of graphic design so that you can boost up your capacity. And the idea is that we are going to bring in the expert who designed the graphics of our website and ask her to develop a training program for women entrepreneurs to be able to do something similar with their own stuff. So the idea is really, these are the skills that we have mapped out. But what's interesting is that we also have space to develop new things. And we are always listening to proposals by the trainers. If you find that, there's this new topic that I think is really important to have, that I see women entrepreneurs are asking me, I need a training on X. We're able to then go and mobilize the right expertise to help us build those training programs and then roll them out to trainers. So that's also something to keep in mind as we continue with this initiative.
Okay, that's amazing. So let's are you done? Can we continue with the next question?
Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Mary Assumpta is asking, how can a woman entrepreneur safeguard herself from unfair account hold and limitation from third-party online payment service provider like PayPal? Even before you answer that, personally, as a woman entrepreneur, my PayPal was limited with $87.50 back in 2019 when I was drop shipping. I was selling wall clock. I was shipping them I was buying them from AliExpress and in my Shopify store, selling to people in the United States. And all of a sudden, PayPal could not pay me my $87.50. That's a lot of money. If I had it today, I would do something with my life. But it still limited my account. So Mary Assumpta is asking, how can a Kenyan woman entrepreneur safeguard herself from unfair account hold and limitation from that party online payment services like PayPal? Some accounts become limited right at the moment they are opened. What options or alternatives are available for the women entrepreneurs in Kenya to fairly compete in the global market to that regard?
That's a very good question. I'm not sure I have the specific answer that applies. Uh, I'm not sure I'm in the right position at this moment to give
Mhm.
a complete answer to this. I think it's a challenge. I think the challenge comes whenever you're opening a private PayPal account and then you use
Yeah.
it as a business. What happens there is that PayPal says, look, it looks like you're trying to circumvent some rules, and it's usually related to financial reporting, for example, where you have two types of PayPal accounts. You have your private PayPal accounts, which is used only to receive payments from friends and family, for example, and then you have a business license.
Yes.
So I think here what's important, and again, I don't have the specifics of this case that is described here, but I think what's important here is being able to know all the steps that are needed. So of course, you want to jump in and start selling online, and you want to get your PayPal account going, but then it's also important to receive the necessary information from the authorities in Kenya to make sure that you have, as you're starting to sell online and you're becoming visible, it's also important to make sure that you are a formalized business and that you are a business that, of course, is authorized to operate online. And that's where then PayPal comes in. Now, so I don't have the specific answer, but I think it's really important that you do your due diligence before you open these accounts to make sure that you're operating within the terms and conditions of PayPal and have the correct type of account for the type of activity that you want to have. So I think that
Yeah.
that's what I can say for now. Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying because that account of mine was limited because it was new. But I had also another PayPal account where I was receiving money by selling my online courses. And that account is the one that I still run up to date. And I opened it back in 2015. So
Mhm.
I tend to think they want an account that has been receiving money because I upgraded mine from personal to business. Because initially I was getting paid online by affiliate programs through PayPal. And then but when I started receiving money for my online courses through PayPal, they didn't have an issue. But when I set up a drop shipping store and I put a new PayPal account, that is where they drew the line and they limited that account. And you can see I still accept money using my PayPal, and PayPal allows you to accept with debit card and PayPal itself. And then we have local companies, and these local companies, they accept you people from all over the world to pay through M-Pesa and also pay through PayPal and inside these platforms like DPO, and also pay with card. Now, what I would say, if you want the international market to pay using something that is not Stripe or PayPal, if you want them to use something like DPO, you have to win their trust. You have to.
Mm.
I have been most of my clients, 80% of my clients are outside Kenya. And I tell them, hey, we can use this. You can send money through M-Pesa from your country. And they send, and they're so excited to know something new. They usually don't have an issue. So long as you win the trust of people, you're good to go. So if I'm marketing this course to freelancers outside Africa and I just win their trust, they will pay. They don't care. That's all
And
I
I
can
think
say.
and I think Kenya is actually one of the most advanced countries when it comes to digital payments. It's more
Yeah,
advanced than
absolutely.
I think Kenya now. Italy is getting there. I'm talking about Italy because that's where I am and where I'm from. Italy
Mm-hmm.
is getting there, but Kenya has been there for the past 10 years. So it's much more advanced than where we are, which, of course, when you're working within Kenya, you have your M-Pesa accounts that you can use, which is great. When you're working outside, yeah, I think first you will need to make sure that, as you're saying, Njambi, that your site looks professional and it doesn't, because people are afraid of scams, right? And then they're
Yeah.
saying, oh, there's this strange person who's asking me to pay on a service I've never seen. What's going to happen? Whereas if you build their trust, as you're saying, and they see you and they know that you exist and that you're a professional, you can be able to get them to, of course, to pay through other tools. But then I think what's important is that PayPal, yeah, it sets off an alarm. If you have a personal account that gets zero money in, and then all of a sudden there's a big inflow of money coming, they're going to think there's something strange going on. So you'll probably need to build up and get the business account before you start getting big payments. Otherwise, it will set off an alarm.
Absolutely. And you know what? They even do, like I get clients, I do something called Data Studio, because in digital marketing, you track data. And that service, I charge like $3,000, and you will see somebody from United Arab Emirates. They just send that money comfortably direct to my bank account because they already trust me. Imagine that's the only thing people need to do, to just trust you. They will pay you properly. Even they will help you with PayPal to have it to force PayPal to let you access your money. Yeah. So let's
Absolutely.
continue. Yeah. So the other one is, would they consider also funding women entrepreneurs on financial literacy and management? I would love to train women in this area. Faye was asking that question.
Thank you. Thanks, Njambi, and thanks, Faye. Good point. As I said, we have this new program on digital bookkeeping, so finance, that is coming at the end, more towards the end of the year. That being said, this program is on digitalization, right? So we won't be able to do everything for all people. Everything we're going to look at is going to be from the angle of digitalization. So we're going to do financial literacy with the digital twist. We're going to do digital bookkeeping. There are programs that exist on financial literacy. We have a program on financial literacy by the ILO that exists, and that it's very popular. There are trainers in Kenya that are available, that are also now. What's happening? Interestingly, I know. I don't think it's your case, Njambi, but we do have trainers who are already certified in other ILO tools that are then joining us with women in digital business. So you might be able, and Jane, in your case, you start with the women in digital business. You might be able to then get your certificate in other programs. Financial education, the financial education program by the ILO is one of these. It exists. There are trainers in Kenya that you can approach and get in touch with. They can either train you to become a trainer or, of course, train women entrepreneurs directly. That being said, we will have a program that is more focused on financial literacy and financial education, with a look at how to use digital tools to do your bookkeeping. So that's to come, but it's also a very good validation here to see that you're also looking for it. So it does speak to the applicability and the relevance of what we're trying to do here. So
yeah,
thanks for picking that up.
Today we passed the most. Today we have been throwing tear gas in Nairobi. I couldn't demonstrate. I'm asthmatic, so I would go to, that would be a death sentence for me. So we passed a very a financial bill. We were all demonstrating. It is about taxation. So a lot of women entrepreneurs, a lot of entrepreneurs will be looking at understanding the finances of their business. And personally, I have been keeping my balance sheet using Google Sheets and also QuickBooks. And you see, when you have this literacy about your finances, how money is coming in, how money is going out, how you're managing money as a woman entrepreneur, your business becomes sustainable. That's how I have been sustainable for 7 years, working from my bedroom. Working from my bedroom and using tools that I have seen in the internet that have helped me. And I would love to see women being able to do balance sheet, understand QuickBooks, understand other things. And these are easy tools to use. And with a website, it even makes it easier because you just automate everything. Through automation, information is sent from your website to QuickBook, you create that ecosystem that is going around with the help of automation, and the accountant just comes and look. So you don't have to even bring people there in the middle. And even you, when you look at everything the way it's arranged, it's easy for you. Even the data and the charts and everything, it's beautiful. It's amazing. So you end up making better decisions that are driven by actual things that are happening in your business. So yeah, that's my input on that.
I think it's a great, and if I can just react to that, I think you're painting a great picture there. Especially the money in, money out problem is something that we
Mhm.
need to keep in mind, right? Many women entrepreneurs, or many entrepreneurs in general, they struggle with defining how much should things cost. I
Yeah.
offer a product, I offer a service. What should I sell it for? And
Yes.
that's where you need to be able to understand how much does it cost me to
Mm-hmm.
create that product, which is then the basis on which you can say how much can I charge for it. And
Mm-hmm.
one thing that many entrepreneurs struggle with is considering that they need to pay themselves first, right?
Yes.
So they will not
Yeah.
factor in the cost of your time. You need to factor in the cost of your time to bring that product to the market and put it there so that you can have a sustainable business. And having a tool and and we're working on building something that is very similar, that is very simple and that is
Wow.
free, so that you can have a simple tool that allows you to define your costs, track your expenses, and
Mm-hmm.
that way slowly build up. And what's interesting, and we do have a unit in the ILO that is called social finance, and we're partnering up with them on this. What's interesting is that as you start building your digital books and you have your records, that's
Yeah.
also a good way to then access finance, because then you can go to a financial institution and say, look, here it's all tracked. These have been my results in the past year, in the past 2 years, 5 years. And then you can show that yours is a viable business and that you can get funding, and hopefully then you can get funding from them. So it's all building blocks. And I think all of these different programs that are being asked and that we're developing, they all come together ultimately to help the business grow and become even more successful.
Absolutely. So I hope, Faye, your question has been answered. That she would love to train in that area. Faye, I can't wait to see your dream come true. So let's go to the next question. Can we go to the next question, Carlo?
For me, yeah.
Okay. Lillian O is asking, aside from online training resources for women in digital business, how can we support business women who may not have literacy skills or access to digital platforms? That brings me to something very special you mentioned. If I have been a good student, you told us about something here, or could you please explain that point?
Yes, and that's exactly. So I should say I've been speaking to trainers, and just for the background, for those of you who are maybe not too familiar with the story of women in digital business, we started last year, and we ran a first big group of training of lead trainers, where of course Njambi, you were there with us. We have trained 600 or 500 trainers last
Wow.
year, and now this year I started reaching out to them and started to see, okay, what can we improve with what we're doing. And on the basis of that, we rebuilt the website. It was just launched on Tuesday. And one of the big questions that was coming is, okay, you have the WADB Start program, which is for women entrepreneurs who already know how to use a computer. But then what do we do with those who cannot, who don't know where to start from, who do not have access to internet? And that's where we have the new version of the basics program that's launching next week,
Mhm.
which also allows to train offline. So the start program requires the women entrepreneurs to create an account to get their certificate. Now, the new basics program will allow you to train them offline, meaning that you can, as a trainer, you will show them the materials that are available online. They do not need to create an account on the platform. They will in fact create an account at the end of the process. So one
Oh,
of the big
wow.
achievements from the basics is that then you have an account on the platform that you can then use to enroll into the start program. But still, through the basics, you can still report as a trainer that you have trained women entrepreneurs. You will input their information, and the site will generate certificates for you. So the idea here is that the platform and the website shouldn't be a barrier. It should be something that empowers women entrepreneurs to do more. And it has been for some, and I would like to thank, you and Njambi, but and everybody, all the lead trainers that we've been working with for pointing out the shortcomings of the previous website to us, because then it allowed us to make it more user friendly, so that then it becomes something that is a value added for women entrepreneurs. And we realized that in the basics program, women entrepreneurs might not be able to use that platform, so we want to build up to that. And so that's coming, and the contents are really about bringing them up to speed so that they have the minimum requirements to be able to join the START program. So to respond to the need that was highlighted in the question here.
Okay. So that's incredible. That's amazing. So yeah, let's go to the next question. So Sabina Evans is asking, I was asking if in future they can consider traveling allowance for top performers, going to different countries to train. And me, Jane, I want to ask, if a lead trainer goes beyond, meets your expectations, but then exceeds your expectation, can there be an incentive for them?
No, this is a very good question. So there is a system of incentives in place, as you know. For the trainers that complete the certification process, they get access to financial support from us, and we reward the trainers that reach as many women entrepreneurs as possible and with the level of quality that we look for. So that's one thing. Now, the other thing that is coming is, as I already started teasing, we will start having country community events for women in digital business. So we're planning one in Kenya, where we will try and bring all of our network of trainers together, right? And we have trainers in Nairobi, we have trainers in Eldoret, we have trainers in different parts of the country. We want to be all in the same room for a day and a half, have meetings and have workshops for trainers with the team. So myself, Alessandro, Sarah, whom you have not met, but she's another team member from Women in Digital Business. We want to bring us, be all together to also have that engagement. And then why not, maybe next year we can start thinking of regional events where we bring sort of our top trainers, meet them up and have some collaboration, right? Because you're here in Kenya, but we have trainers in Morocco, we have trainers in Asia, we have trainers all over the world. And I was actually seeing one of the questions in the live comments section in YouTube. One person was asking, are we bringing women in digital business to Ghana? That's another big news. We just launched 2 weeks ago a call for lead trainers. Jane, I know you've been promoting it. The new call is global. So you can apply and join from any country in the world. Last year, we had a country-specific windows. This year, we managed to agree with our sponsor. We're open globally. So Ghana is now one of the countries where we operate in. So if you want to join and become a lead trainer in Ghana, go to our website. You will see there's a banner that says, do you want to become a lead trainer? You click on learn more and you'll find out how to apply. And so that's open absolutely to any country in the world.
When is the deadline? When is the deadline?
So that's the good thing. There's no the call for lead trainers is open throughout September. So we opened on June 5th. Why? Because we're assessing applications on a running basis, meaning that you apply, you get approved, you get access to the e-learning materials, and then we have every month we have a batch of webinars that you can join in and attend. And so basically you can complete this at your own pace. You can catch up. You can watch the recordings if you're not able to attend the webinars. We just started the batch, June batch. We had 150, we have a total of 200 trainers who attended, 150 for the English speaking group. We had 60 in French today, and we're starting the Spanish group next week. Probably have another 40 there. So we already have 250 new trainers that are joining us, and there will be more. And our goal now is to train as many trainers as possible so that we can get that scale that we're looking at. We have 6,000 women entrepreneurs trained so far. We want to get to 30,000 as quickly as possible. So we're very much looking forward to do that.
Okay, that's incredible. I created a WhatsApp group last year for trainers to join, people who are interested in joining this program and train. Because a lot of people would ask me, how did you end up with this program training? And I told them they will open up, just join my group, and then I will tell you. So they were 30. And then the day before the program launched, they asked me on a live, they asked me, how can we become like you? They asked me in the live, in the chat, and I explained to them, and they joined my group. And the following day they were 80. Hello? And the following day, you're mute, you're
I'm what?
stopping. Oh, I can get you now. And they were
Okay.
like, yeah, the following day they were 80. And I showed you, I told, my goodness, they are 80. And I just mentioned to them on my YouTube. Then yesterday I looked and I saw we are 198. And I asked them, where did all these people come from? And they are super interested and excited. And in the WhatsApp group, they were actually suggesting some people from Kisumu. Kisumu is another city in Kenya. They were saying, oh, we will have our women in digital office here in Kisumu. And they would say it proudly. And I was like, this thing is going places.
Look, I'm looking forward to coming to Kenya and meeting all of these trainers after the summer, because I think then it's really going to be, and it's being cooked as we speak. Alessandro is on it, but we'll be near you very soon, and I'll be in touch and we'll discuss. But the idea is coming to Kenya, having a big event, a trainer meetup, and then going and meeting all of you, interviewing you, also to hear your opinions on the training, so that we can build momentum around it. So that's the plan. Probably September, October. So we'll be in touch with you and make that happen.
Woo! I can't wait. So we have the amazing Faith Njogu, and she is asking, oh, Carlo, 1 hour is gone. I hope you won't mind adding a few
I'm
minutes.
I'm I'm all right. I'm having fun, so I'm here.
Good.
Let's keep it going. Happy to continue.
Oh, actually, women entrepreneurs told me, I like your training because when you are dealing with a question, you deal with it exhaustively. You don't rush to finish. And I was so proud when they told me that. So, what is the long-term advantage of being a lead trainer in the program? Faith Njogu has a question for you.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks. This is a great question. So I'll maybe start from the middle piece. We're not able to provide regular salaries to the lead trainers. That I can say. But what we're able to do is, if you become a lead trainer, you can get access to financial support from us. Meaning that once you become a lead trainer, you will have access to a system, and Njambi has done it. You get access to a system where you can ask for a grant. And we are able to give grants to successful lead trainers based on their proposals. And you get a grant from us that you can use, and this is a cash grant that you can use to purchase, and you can use to purchase materials that you need. You can use to invest in your training offer using the Women in Digital Business program. That being said, you will get that initial grant from us, but we encourage you to run, to basically start offering the Women in Digital Business Training program as part of your services. If you are, and there's a few different ways you can do that. Some of you are selling the courses. Jane, I know that you're going in that direction. Others are affiliated to institutions. We do have, now I don't remember exactly the name, but we have an institution in Nigeria that is an association of women entrepreneurs. They're offering women in digital business as part of their services to their members. So the idea is having a tool that you can then start selling to your clients. And that could be your clients as in women entrepreneurs directly, but you could also be donors. You can approach international donors and say, look, I have this program. This is a program that is designed by the ITCLO with expertise from Microsoft and in partnership with the ILO. That is already a big thing that you can then use to be able to offer that and have the sort of badge of approval of these three institutions as a way to offer your services. And this is something that has been done, that we've done in the past with other ILO programs. The most famous one is Start and Improve Your Business. We do have a lot of Start and Improve Your Business trainers in Kenya that are very successful and that are offering this. And the value addition is having an ILO methodology that you can that is standardized, that is based on sort of best practices internationally, and also joining a global network of trainers, which then gives you access. If you put the time, if you invest yourself in the program, it can give you access to some very, very good opportunities moving forward.
Okay, so I have a woman entrepreneur who is a baker, and this woman entrepreneur wants to teach women who want to learn baking. And I told her the beauty with becoming a lead trainer with women in digital business is when you're selling this course of being a baker, learning baking and starting your own bakery business, you can tell them, hey, get this course. I also have some things you can supplement with this training I'm offering you. This training from International Training Center, this training, these women in the foundations for, it's called Foundations in Digital Business. That one, you can complement them. I have another one who teaches corporate organization how to do business, and I was like, you can also have this course for women entrepreneurs and have them work hand in hand. I have another one who teaches customer care, and I was telling her, as you teach customer care, you can combine with this other one for digital business. When my sister talks about business, she keeps saying a lot of people don't know how to talk to customers, and she speaks with so much anger, and she tells me people just don't fail because they don't keep record. They also don't even know the sweet language of talking to customers. And I was like, this is some sort of customer care and some form of customer relationship. And when somebody is teaching customer care, they can combine this course of digital skills and digital literacy, and it will even help them look more credible and boost their sales. I don't know if I'm making sense.
No, you are. And I apologize 1 second. I just need to cut my camera because I need to get my power cable, but I'm still on microphone, so don't worry there. Okay. What I was gonna say is, I think you're getting to a great point, which is integrating the Women in Digital Business training to other trainings that you might do. And you're doing that, and indeed you are a specialist in an area, and you want to teach people about business. You can add the digital element, and yes. I think the Women in Digital Business program does not need to be a one piece solution. It should be combined with other trainings, which Absolutely. You're doing, is something you're doing, and we really encourage trainers to actually expand on their training offer. And what's amazing is that in each country where we're working, we are seeing trainers developing new stuff around women in digital business, around the curriculum that we're providing. We're only able to provide so much. So it's good that other trainers and the trainers in our network, they're developing their own offer. They're adapting the Women in Digital Business program and integrating it into other streams that you have, which is absolutely encouraged. And it's really the way to go, in my view.
Okay, thank you so much. So let me show you something I did. I did this video for women, for those people who want to become a lead trainer. And I explained to them the roadmap and the responsibilities of a lead trainer from point one to the end point of being offered a grant. And those people who want a detailed explanation for how the journey of being a woman entrepreneur is like, this is how it looks like. So yeah, so like me, I was able to provide testimonials. You want to show how women women will share their experiences, and these are some of the reviews I shared with them. So this is one of the women I was telling she can combine the corporate training with the digital marketing course, and this is the baker I was telling she can combine her bakery classes with the digital marketing course. And I don't know what I did. And also this other woman entrepreneur, she's a lecturer, and we were just having conversations with these women. I'm telling you, Carlo, I have I have superpower women. I have women who have superpowers in them.
And I know
Yes.
Anne Gladys. She's now in the training of lead trainers with us. So I know her, and I'm looking forward to see what she'll be able to do. But it's looking very promising indeed.
Yeah, we live in the same place. Like we live in the same town, in the same
Okay,
area.
where
Yeah.
are you exactly, Njambi? Are you in Nairobi or?
No, I'm in Vika. I'm from Kiambu County. Our country is
Okay,
divided
okay.
in counties. So I'm in
Yeah.
Vika, a place called Makongeni, where if I don't know if you know Del Monte. So I usually see the pineapples.
Oh, okay. I see. All
Yeah.
right.
And
Okay.
and Gladys is like 20 minutes away from me.
Oh, I see. I've
Yeah.
only
So,
I've only been to Kenya once. I was in Naivasha.
oh wow, when was that?
That was last October.
My goodness, why
Yeah.
didn't you talk to us?
I know it was a busy time. I usually come in, I stay a week, do a training, and then have to rush back. And last fall was a very busy season, but there will be an opportunity to catch up and meet in person and discuss more. So no,
Oh,
don't worry, it will come.
I can't wait. So this question is from Diana. Jambi, the fund doesn't come in cash, right? Diana, you will just watch that video I have shown you. It's money. You are given money, and that money you use it good. Like you explain in the proposal what you're going to do with that grant as a lead trainer. And I had told Carlo I will not bring him questions for women entrepreneur, for lead trainers, but a lot of them asked me question, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to ignore them. It is money. You can use it to buy a microphone. You can use it to pay the space you're going to use for training. You can buy an office desk. You can buy whatever you want. For me, I chose to pay for my software, and I paid a lifetime software. I paid 1 year for screen recording software, the one I will be using to teach you on those courses, lifetime. I paid for, it's called what? I paid for most email marketing software, automation software. Like all my softwares that I'm using for my business, they are all premium tools. They are not free. So for me, that's how they made my life easy. That's all.
Yeah, indeed. It's a cash grant. Indeed, it's a cash grant. You can use it for what you want. You can use it to pay yourself. You can say, look, I need to pay my time as a trainer, and you can use it to pay yourself. The requirements that we put is that in your proposal, you will be stating how many women you will train thanks to this using this money. And so we usually pay an advance for your initial investments, and then we pay the remaining amount once you basically do what you committed to, once you train the number of women entrepreneurs that you said you were going to train. So that's the requirement we have. We track all of this through the platform, so we're able to then verify when you've done what you stated you were going to do, and then once that's done, you receive the second part of the payment. But it is cash that is wired to your bank account, indeed.
Yeah. Then after how long is one allowed to actually start making their own? Even immediately, even right now when you're teaching those women entrepreneurs, those 10, like I have said,
Yeah.
you can complement with two things. This one, like when people come and see me talk here, they want to know more about freelancing. So you just need to know how to complement, like to join these two things. I don't know if I'm explaining it properly, Carlo.
I think so, but I want to maybe come in on this one. Yes, you don't have to wait for us to give you a grant to be able to make money out of the Women in Digital Business program. You can sell the training. If you're able to market it, you can say you get the training materials, you're able to train women entrepreneurs. You can say, look, I sell this training, it costs X amount of US dollars or shillings or whatever you have. If women entrepreneurs are willing to pay you to deliver training to them, you go ahead and do it. Or you might be able to go, and we have examples of trainers who went to NGOs And they went to NGOs and they said, look, I have this training. It's an ILO training that I can offer. Will you give me a contract to deliver it? And they were successful. So you don't have to wait for us. You're able to market it. You should actually market and sell it on your own. So it's actually, the limit is how quickly you can find your clients and sell it. There's no other limit there. You will have to complete the requirements of the learning program of the training of lead trainers. Once you do that, you get access to the training materials, you get access to promotional materials, and you're able to run off from there and deliver training. I should say, we do not give an indication of how much you should sell the training for, because we're a global program that depends very much on your local markets and how much your trainers or your women entrepreneurs are willing to pay. So that's really up to you to design and discuss.
Wow. So that was our last question, Carlo. Now we have the chat. I don't know. We have taken 13 minutes of your time. I don't know if you're willing to answer your question. I don't know.
Happy to have a look. Let's see. Should I go through, or do you want to?
Oh, you can go through.
You can pick.
Do you have a plan in the future to have women entrepreneurs, particularly lead trainers, benefit from a cross-learning, specifically intercountry sort of benchmarking for best practices?
That's a good one. We are looking into it. We're probably going to start by having national events, then seeing how that goes and seeing also how we're doing for resources and funding. We might look into regional events, so say Pan-African events, where then we share experiences between trainers. That's for in-person. We're also planning to do online meetups between trainers from different countries after you complete the TOT. Of course, during the TOT, you meet trainers from all over the world that speak English in this case. But then we want to build opportunities to keep doing that as we continue, because I think that can also be a great opportunity to keep networking. So that's in the books. It's not the face-to-face part. We will have to see how much it will cost and look at our budgets, but it might be something that we are able to do down the line.
Amazing. So we have Adelaide. She's asking, why are resources yet to be uploaded on the site?
So the resources, as you know, the site is work in progress. We are finalizing a few things. I don't know, Adelaide, if you are in the training of lead trainers now. I am going to send an email to all trainers as we finish this to say that the materials are now up, so you can start your TOT learning journey. But the materials will be uploaded as we go on, because they're being developed. We have, as I said, we have a lot of things going on. Sometimes, things take time to do, but they're coming and they're being uploaded. As you know, we're a small team, so we are juggling a lot of things. We are very lucky that we now have one person that is full-time on our user support. So if you write to our email address, which is widb@itcilo.org, Beatrice, who's the person, she is leading on our support service. She'll be able to help you with any queries you might have and letting you know where things stand. And then to tell you who is in the team, you have Alessandro, who is our training designer, who is developing the materials. Myself, of course, managing the program. You have Linda Delen, who is our manager, sort of my boss. She leads the strategic direction of the initiative. And then you have Sarah in Geneva, who looks at the gender-sensitive component and communications. And Kate, who is our counterpart at Microsoft, who, if you started in the TOT yesterday, she was there in the webinars, and she's also helping us with strategic direction.
Okay. I think you can choose one question you want to answer. There are so many.
Let me look at the chat here on my phone. Let's see. I see Risper was asking, have you ever had women from different parts of the world come together to share ideas? This is, again, something that we do in the training of lead trainers, where the trainers come from all over the world. We're not doing training by country. We're actually doing global training, which is good because then there's a lot of experience sharing here. But then we're also building success stories. So we have reached out in the past to our lead trainers to get stories from women entrepreneurs and reviews that we are publishing on our site. We're starting to develop or doing some video makings and recording videos of our trainers and women entrepreneurs. We have one on Morocco. I was in Morocco, as I said last week. I recorded some videos and we'll have that on the site shortly. So we have something similar on Colombia as well. So there would be more, and the program is evolving, and there will be more opportunities around that. I see what else. I answered to Abdul Rashid on Ghana. Ghana is one of the countries now, so you can, and you're really welcome to join the training of trainers.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go for it.
But we have a Zambian and a South African.
In the group?
Yes, in my WhatsApp group, and they also registered. I don't know if they I have a Zambian and a South African, and I have Nigeria. Yeah, I also have Nigeria.
South Africa is in the program, was in the program already last year, and then Zambia is also welcome to join, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
What else? Maybe, I think, let me just take maybe finally Gladys's question. She's saying, is it possible to get additional grants to train additional women after the first grants project is over? So we have an allocation for the grants that is not an infinite allocation. We have a limited amount of money there. So our strategy at the moment is that we have a set of priority countries. Kenya is one of them. And we're trying to spread those resources as much as possible between trainers. So at the moment, we are giving one grant to trainers because we want to give each trainer the opportunity to at least be funded once to get things going. The grants are not a long-term solution, as I said. We don't expect you to only train when you receive a grant, but we expect trainers to also start marketing the program on their own, which means that for now, we're only giving one grant.
Sorry?
Bless you. We're only giving one grant per lead trainer. This might change in the future. If you're very successful with your training, we might reach out to you individually and ask you if you want to apply for a second grant. But that's on a case-by-case basis for now, and it really depends on your performance as a trainer, which is a combination of how many women entrepreneurs you manage to train, but then also how innovative you are in your approach. So I hope that answers there. I think, Njambi, on my side, it looks good to me when it comes to question. I think I have. I think the main ones I think we looked at. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add.
No, I just wanted to ask you, would you like to share this live on your website? Can we embed it to your website so that other lead trainers, other people can watch it on your website? You can share the link.
I think that's a great idea. If you're up to, it's your live, so you have to give us permission. But yeah, if you're up for it, I think it's a good idea to have that online. And happy to do it.
So we're going to give you, you share it on your website so people can have so many questions answered. Because let me tell you, I was tired of answering these questions in my inbox, a lot of them being asked.
Yeah, it's good to have it as a video format. So it's a bit of a frequently asked questions. So yeah, no, happy to do it. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much. So thank you so much for, sorry for that. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you so much for accepting this invitation. And we have come to the end. Thank you so much, Carlo Maria Delu, project manager, women in digital business. So yeah, that's it. What do we say, Carlo? What do you say? What are your final words?
I just want to say thank you, Njambi, for making this happen. This has been a fantastic experience for me. I'm very happy. I see we got the numbers of people in the live stream kept growing. So good to see that there is interest in this. Happy to keep the discussion going. I really encourage all of you who are in the live stream and are listening to this to, if you haven't already, register to become a lead trainer if you want to. If you want to be trained as a woman entrepreneur to boost your business through the programs, Njambi is here. She's a certified trainer. She's there for you. So I'm sure she'll be happy to support. Otherwise, if you have any questions, go to our site, wadb.network. You'll find all the information here. Stay tuned because things are going to evolve on that site. There will be new stuff coming up. Things are moving. And so we're happy to be here and help. And again, thank you very much to all of you. Thank you, Njambi, for making this happen. I'm looking forward to meeting you all in person and continuing the discussions online first.
So thank you so much, everybody, my beautiful women. I was told to stop just addressing women. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for attending. Have a good night and take care. Bless you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody.